All right, today we're taking a look at the Ford Ranger. This is a 2007 Ford Ranger 3-liter engine. And the issue that I'm diagnosing today is the heater not blowing any hot air. Now, I think the issue is the blend door actuator. And the other things that I've checked to make me believe this is I have checked the coolant level, and there appears to be plenty of coolant. There is coolant in there. I don't think it is related to the thermostat, because even after 30 minutes of driving, when it would have gotten warmed up anyway, it still wasn't blowing warm air in. When the car is up and running, I felt the hoses leading to the heater core, and they both felt warm. So that leads me to believe that the issue is the blend door actuator. And what that does is that either closes off the heating core so that there's no heat from the engine comes through, or it opens it up based off of how much we adjust the dial here to let the heat from the heater core in. So let me show you the heater core actuator. It's actually through the glove box, and we actually have to pinch it down. And then right here, this white thing is the blend door actuator. Inside this duct is the door that either closes off the heating core or opens it up. And the blend door actuator is the motor that sits on top of the blend door that opens it up or shuts it depending on what you set on your temperature dial. And I'm hoping I can just take off the actuator from the top and bolt in a new one to get it working again. But if there's an issue with the door itself, that means either pulling off the entire dash and pulling this out to get access to it, or realistically just cutting a hole in there and working it maybe from the bottom and then trying to patch that hole we cut back up. So hopefully it doesn't come to that, and we can just replace that actuator. So this is my replacement part, and this is going to be similar to the one that's in there. So now we are at the step where I can try to take out the old blend door actuator. The first step is going to be to unplug it. There we go, it's unplugged. And now we have to undo those screws. Okay, there's 2 screws at the front, and there's one way in the back. We don't have a lot of room, but hopefully I can fit this over all 3 of them with this ratchet. I'm using an 8mm. So I now pressed up to the top here. Let's see if I can get my socket out. Okay, so here's a fun little twist. I can only get this screw out so much before I have to pull out my socket, because it reaches the top here, before I have to get another tool and twist it out. At some point you can get it to where you can twist the rest out by hand. Okay, one out. Oh, and that's the easiest one. All right, switching to this. This is a 5/16, which should be about the same size as the 8mm. And this is actually helping the open socket. If you don't have a tool like this, but you plan to do this job and have the time to order one, I'd highly recommend ordering one. Here's a link to one in the description below. Okay, got the next one out. The third one is the toughest one. It's all the way on the back side. I actually might end up having more up and down space, but less space to see what I'm doing overall. So I'm just going to have to do this by feel. It is a very tight space. So this is going to be a battle, but I think I might be able to get it off just with a lot of patience. And I found that I have just enough space to put the socket on this way and then rotate it off over this hump. Oh, I can't show you. There we go. I can put the socket on here, and then there's enough space to go over and undo it just a few clicks over this way and then pull it back. Now doing that's a little tough, and I almost lost my socket. So I tied this little piece of string on there, so if it goes behind there, I can catch it and I still have it. Okay, and I was actually able to get the third one out back off as well. All right, now we can pop the old one out, hopefully. Be gentle, I don't want to do any damage to the actual blend door itself, which this connects into. Okay. So here's the old one. And what I want to do is I want to set up the new one to be in this same orientation. So it needs to twist a little bit that way. I might be able to just plug this in like here.
And you should notice as I turn the climate dial, the nub on the actuator begins to turn slowly but surely. And the goal is to get it to match the orientation on the existing blend door actuator.
That looks pretty close to the orientation. Okay, this is the blend door actuator, and you can see it died in this orientation. And the reason why I plugged the other one in and tried to get it to be the same orientation is because the blend door, and this is a blend door, is going to be stuck in a position inside that compartment. And this can only go down one certain way. So you want it to be set to the same way. So when you plug your actuator in, it'll just fit right in there and then can control this door and keep it open and shut to allow the heat in and out.
I've even heard of people sanding down the nub on the new one because getting that perfect fit is so tough on that new one.
So now, hopefully I can pop this in and have it go into the door flapper. Got it. All right, fit it in there. All right, so now we got this new one in place. Let's plug it in and give it a try. All right, I'm gonna flip this to hot. All right, and I feel warm air coming out. And the car just hasn't even had a full chance to warm up, but it's much warmer than it was before. So I'm feeling pretty good. Actually, we can do a practice real quick. Let's change the dial here to be all the way cold. Yep, and I'm definitely getting cold air coming out now. I'm gonna flip it back to be warm. And there's the warm air. So that was it. That was my issue. This is fixed. I just gotta screw it back up now. Okay. One screw in, and I'm just going to start this by hand. All right, next screw here. Do the same thing to number 2. Okay, so I got the back 2 screws in, and my understanding is a lot of people just leave it at that, but I'm going to try to get that third one, even though it's so tough and tight back there. But I'm definitely going to use a string to hold on to this bolt, because I know how difficult it was just with the wrench. So just like the wrench, I'm going to use this.
And for this last bolt, I can't see anything. I have to do it all by feel, and I certainly can't get the camera in to show you. So this is just something by feel. The good news with this last one is I have more up and down space with the ratchet, so I can actually use the ratchet with a socket on it to try to tighten things up.
I got it. So this is all bolted in. Final step is just going to be plugging this back in. And we are good to go. It is fixed. Don't forget to put the glove box back.
And as the winter approaches, it really is a good feeling knowing that you have heat that works in your car. Not only does it help you feel more comfortable, but it actually helps defrost the windshield, take the ice off, so it can be a safety feature too, especially when it's something as simple as a blend door actuator. Even though it's a little tough and you have limited working space to pull it out, it's something that's worth doing, and I'm glad I got it out. Thanks for watching and enjoy.